Stop. Just stop right there. I know you were in the middle of something. I know your mind was already 3 places at once. Thinking about what still needs to get done today, half processing something someone said to you earlier, running the same loop of thoughts you have been running for weeks now without getting anywhere different. I know all of that, and I am asking you to set every single bit of it down for the next few minutes. Not forever, just right now. Because what I have to say to you is something I have been waiting for the right moment to say. And this exact moment, this exact day, the fact that this reached you right here and right now, this is that moment. So before your mind starts negotiating about whether you have time for this, before the part of you that is always in a hurry starts looking for the exit, I need you to make one simple decision. Stay. Just stay. Because what I'm about to say has the potential to change everything. And you have been waiting for something to change for longer than you want to admit. I want to tell you something that I do not think anyone has said to you recently in a way that actually landed. I see you. Not the version of you that shows up and performs and holds everything together and says the right things in the right order so that nobody around you gets too worried. Not the version that texts back quickly and laughs at the right moments and handles things because someone has to. I see the version that exists underneath all of that. The one that comes out when you are driving alone and a song comes on and something in your chest tightens unexpectedly. The one that sits with a feeling you cannot fully name sometimes. Late at night, when the house is quiet and there is nothing left to distract you from yourself. The one that has been hoping for something specific, something real. Something that actually reaches the deep places and not just the surface. For a very long time. That is the version I am talking to right now. And I need that version of you to hear this. You have not been forgotten. Not even close. You have been going through something. Maybe you would not even call it a crisis. Maybe from the outside your life looks perfectly manageable. But you know what is actually happening underneath the surface. You know the exhaustion that goes deeper than needing more sleep. You know the weight of carrying things you never asked to carry. The family situations that fell to you by default. The financial pressure that never fully releases its grip no matter how hard you work. The health concerns you have been quietly worrying about but have not let yourself fully address because addressing them means admitting they are real. You know the loneliness that can exist in the middle of a full life. Surrounded by people and still somehow feeling like nobody actually knows the whole story of who you are. I know all of it. Every layer. And I need you to understand something that changes the meaning of everything you have been through. None of it was happening in a place where I was not present. I was there. In every hard room. In every impossible conversation. In every moment where you were holding it together on the outside while something in you was quietly asking if I was even paying attention. I was paying attention. I have always been paying attention. And today I stopped everything to make sure you knew that. Because here's what I really need to say to you. And I need you to receive this not just as something nice that sounds good in the moment, but as something true that you carry with you and stand on when things get hard again. Because things will get hard again, and you need something real to hold on to. I have something for you. Not eventually. Not when you get yourself together. Not when you have earned it, or prayed enough, or finally figured out the thing you have been trying to figure out. Now. Right now. In this moment, with everything you are carrying, with every mistake in your past, with every doubt that has ever crossed your mind about whether I was real or whether I cared, or whether any of this actually meant anything, right now, I have something for you. And it is not small. It is not a temporary patch on a permanent problem. It is the thing you have actually been searching for underneath all the other things you have been searching for. It is peace. Real peace. The kind that does not depend on your circumstances being fixed first. The kind that exists in the middle of the storm and not just after it. The kind that people look at from the outside and cannot explain because it does not make logical sense given what you are going through. That is what I am releasing over your life today. And I need you to open your hands and receive it. I want to talk about the thing you have been asking me for. The specific thing. The one that is so personal you barely say it out loud anymore because you have asked so many times, and the answer has not come in the way you expected, and somewhere along the way hope started to feel more dangerous than just accepting that it might not happen. I know what that thing is. I have not forgotten it. I have not filed it away somewhere as too complicated or too small or too large or too late. That request has been before me every single day. And I want to say something to you about the waiting, because I know the waiting has been the hardest part. I know it has tested you in ways that nothing else has. I know there have been moments where you genuinely wondered if I was listening, if the silence meant no, if you had somehow disqualified yourself from receiving what you asked for. None of that is true. The silence was never absence. The delay was never denial. I've been working on what you asked for in places you cannot see. Moving things, aligning things, removing obstacles, preparing the ground, making sure that when it arrives, it lands in a way that actually holds instead of falling apart the moment it gets there. The answer is not lost. It is in motion, and it is closer than the waiting has made it feel. I want to speak to the ones who are physically hurting right now. The ones for whom this is not just an emotional or spiritual conversation, but a genuinely physical one. There is something happening in your body that has been stealing your quality of life, your energy, your ability to be fully present in your own existence. Maybe you have a diagnosis. Maybe you have been through the medical system enough times to have a file thicker than most people's bookshelves. Maybe you have gotten to the point where you manage the pain instead of expecting it to end, because expecting it to end started feeling naive. I want to say something directly into that situation. I made your body. Every single system, every cell, every function. I designed it with a precision that no human technology has come close to fully understanding. And what I designed, I can restore. I am not limited by what the tests show. I am not working with the same information as the doctors. I have access to dimensions of your body that no scan can reach. Place your hand right now on whatever part of your body is carrying pain or sickness. Do it right now as you are listening, and receive this. My healing is moving in that place. Not as a concept, not as a metaphor, as a real, active, present work that I am doing in your physical body right now because you belong to me and I do not abandon what belongs to me. To the ones who are in a financial situation that feels like it has no exit, I want you to hear this. I see the specific numbers. I know what is due and when. I know what you have already tried and what has not worked. I know the sleepless nights running calculations that never come out right no matter how many times you run them. And I want you to know that provision is not an abstract promise I make to people in general. It is a specific commitment I am making to you about your situation, about the actual gap between what you have and what you need. I am not going to tell you it is going to arrive through the channels you have been watching. It is going to come from somewhere you are not looking right now, from a direction that makes it impossible for you to explain it away as coincidence or luck or your own effort. Because I want you to know, without any doubt, that it came from me. Stay positioned. Stay expectant. Keep your eyes open for the unexpected, because that is exactly how it is coming. To the ones who are lonely, and I mean the kind of lonely that is hard to explain because it is not necessarily the absence of people, it is the absence of being truly known. I see that specific ache. I know how invisible it can feel. I know how exhausting it is to be surrounded by relationships that stay on the surface, because something in you has learned to be careful about how much you let people in. I know the history that taught you to be careful. The ones who saw the real you and did not stay. The ones who were supposed to be safe and were not. The ones who took what you offered and left without much ceremony. I know that history has shaped you. And I am not asking you to pretend it did not happen or to open yourself back up immediately to people who have not earned it. But I want you to know that I am bringing people toward you, specifically chosen, specifically equipped to handle who you actually are, the kind who will stay not because they do not see your complexity, but because they do and they are not afraid of it. The loneliness is not your permanent address. It is a waiting room, and the door is about to open. My child, I want to end by saying the thing that I most need to stay with you after everything else fades. You stopped today. When something in you could have kept scrolling, kept rushing, kept filling every available second with noise and motion, you stopped. And I need you to understand that stopping was not passive. Stopping was an act of courage. Stopping was you saying yes to being reached, yes to being helped, yes to receiving something you needed even before you fully knew you needed it. That yes matters. It has always mattered. And I want you to know that I honor it. I am going to meet that yes with everything I said today. With the healing, with the peace, with the provision, with the restoration of the things that have been lost, with the answered prayers that are already in motion, with the people who are already on their way to you, with the breakthrough that is coming from a direction you are not currently watching. All of it is yours, not because you earned it, because you belong to me. And I do not let go of what belongs to me. Stop right there. One more time. Before you go back to your day, before the noise comes back, just take one more breath and let this settle into the deepest part of you. You were heard today. You were seen today. And you were never, not for a single moment, alone. In Jesus' name. Now I need you to do one thing before you leave this video. Scroll down right now and leave a comment. Tell me, what did you need to hear today that you just heard? What is the one thing in this message that landed in a place inside you that needed it? Type it out. Say it out loud in the comments because there is power in declaration. The moment you speak it, something shifts. Something moves. Something that was stuck starts to loosen. I read every single comment, everyone. And I promise you, you are not just typing into empty space. You are being heard. Drop it below right now.